up, she listen, get on and mind. She body can wind up no more. Cause life is short and tomorrow not sure. So I live like it's my last. Oh, drinks in me and now. Jump up and wave is the plan now. Just love and girl me the man now. Whoa, cause he thinks so sweet, yeah. Sometimes
it's a good day to have a good day. It is Monday, September 28th, 2020. Thank you to each and every one of you joining us on Good Morning Grenada this morning. Appreciate your listenership, viewership, your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you had a restful, peaceful, productive weekend and you're ready to get the work week up and running, off to a fantastic, speedy, productive start. We're keeping productive in 2020. Good morning to the folks joining us on the GBN Television Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, those of you watching on GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20, the website www.gbn.gd, and of course the folks listening on Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning to all the folks joining us across the Caribbean. Good morning, good spicy morning to each and every one of you. Those of you joining us internationally as well, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. All right, let's do this. It's time for this morning's word of the day. And I like it. This morning's word of the day is rambunctious. Rambunctious. R-A-M-B-U-N-C-T-I-O-U-S. Rambunctious. It's an adjective which means marked by uncontrollable exuberance. Rambunctious first appeared in print in the early half of the 19th century, at a time when the fast-growing United States was forging its identity and indulging in a fashion for colorful new coinages suggestive of the young nation's optimism and exuberance. The declaration rambunctious, which first appeared in Britain in the late 1700s, just after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, was probably based on a word which is a much older adjective that meant both robust and boisterous. Word of the day this morning, rambunctious. R-A-M-B-U-N-C-T-I-O-U-S, an adjective which means marked by uncontrollable exuberance. And this morning's thought of the day: today is a great day to learn something new. Today is a great day to learn something new. They say you learn something new every day. Make an extra effort to learn something new today, on this, the very last Monday of the best month of the year. Learn something new. It's a great day to learn something new. Make an effort today, whether you're a student or an adult. Today is a great day to learn something new. All right, let's see what's celebrated today, September 28th. It is World Rabies Day. World Rabies Day. On September 28th, NGOs, governments, and people all over the world unite on World Rabies Day to spread awareness about the dangers of the disease and how it can be stopped. It is world. Those of you who have pets, make sure that they are vaccinated. There have been cases of rabies in greens. I'm showing adults too, the way I see some people behaving. But those of you with pets, get your pets vaccinated, especially today on World Rabies Day. Oh, great. Today it is also Sons Day. Sons Day. Last Friday it was Daughters Day. And today it is Sons Day. Good morning to all the men around the world, boys and men. Good morning to each and every one of you. You are a great part of society, despite what some parts of the world may try to tell you. Good morning to each and every one of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Those who play the fatherly roles, those great sons who are the mother's apples of their eye. Good morning to each and every one of you. Today on Sons Day, those of you who have sons, spend a little extra time with them today. Last Friday was Daughters Day. You spent some time with the girls. Today is a day to spend with the boys on Sons Day. Today it is also Neighbor Day. Lord, Neighbor Day celebrates the importance of being a good neighbor while contributing to one's community and each other. Just yesterday, Pastor was talking about being nice to your neighbors and saying, not Pastor, Deacon Fraser was saying be nice to the neighbors, and look, today is Neighbors Day. You see? And today it is also for the folks 21 years and over. It is Drink Beer Day. Drink Beer Day, whichever type is your favorite, whatever makes you happy. Porter's ale, lager, stouts, and books, and all points in between. It is Drink Beer Day for the folks 21 years and over. I'm stressing that part. And today it is also a lot of things celebrated today. Today it is also Family Day. On the fourth Monday in September, Family Day encourages everyone to gather around the table and enjoy a meal together. So in addition to Son's Day, today it is Family Day. So play a board game today, watch a show that everybody would enjoy on TV later. Just spend some extra time with family. Family is important. That is one of the things that COVID lockdown has taught some of us. Family is important. All right, I think that is all I have to share. Just as a note, as a warning over the weekend. This week is expected to be a wet week. We are expecting some weather coming into us. We've started to experience some rain, thunder, lightning storm over the weekend, and the heavy rains or the waters are expected to continue for the rest of the week. So those of you who live in flood-prone areas, those of you who live in the areas that water supply is not constant, when there's heavy rains, you usually lock it off. So make sure that you have storage to ensure that your water supply is constantly supplied. Let's put it that way. So those of you who need to be made aware, keep in mind that we are expecting some water for the rest of the week. In addition to this heat, goodness gracious, let's show you and move a little closer to the sun. I mean, listen, if there's a heat outside, hell is not for me. Hell is not for me. I can't take it, but telling you I can't take it. So please keep in mind, walk with your sunscreen if you need to, umbrellas, things to protect your skin, because the heat is like no other. All right, that's it. Let's get ready for the morning edition of news. Those of you know, I have one message to send. Those of you who are students, as well as teachers and staff at St. Joseph's Convent, St. George's, when you go to school this morning, give a little special hail up to Mrs. Batson for me. Please tell her Blossom says a special good morning to her. She'll know why I'm sending her the message. So students and staff of SJC St. George's, tell Mrs. Batson Blossom says good morning. All right, let's do this. It's time for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on television, we bring you Week in Review. This is Good Morning Grenada on GBN Classic Hot 98. We'll be right back.
When this time is over, sometimes I
Good evening, I'm Beverly Telesford. CXC results were released on Wednesday, but some parents and students across the region took to the Examination Council Facebook page to dispute the results. A report from the Caribbean Examination Council body urges parents and other children to submit any queries they might have. According to a report, thousands of disgruntled students and parents have expressed concern over this year's CXC results. Details in this report.
The article says many students across the Caribbean complained on the CXC Facebook page about this year's grades they believe fell below the accepted norm. It further states, and I quote, CXC has a long-established process in place of addressing these concerns. Candidates who have questions about an absent or ungraded result can submit a query. If there is a question about a grade and the candidate wishes to have a script re-examined, they must submit a request for a review. End of quote. This may be submitted through schools for in-school candidates or through the Ministry of Education for private candidates. The deadline for submission of queries and review requests is October 23rd. 2 days ago, CXC released the results of CXC and CAPE, showing an overall increase in performance when compared to previous years. About 58,720 students registered for CSEC examinations and 16,184 to write CAPE. The modified exam was held in the months of July and August due to the COVID-19 pandemic. CXC noted an increase in grades 1s, with 12% of CSEC math candidates obtaining grade 1 when compared to 8% in 2019 and 11% in 2018. Some 52% of CSEC students passed math, a marked improvement from 46% in 2019 and a slight improvement from 49% in 2018. 72% of students across the region who sat CAPE Math attained acceptable grades. A slight improvement was reflected in CSEC English, with 82% attaining an acceptable grade and 23% receiving grade 1. There were also slight improvement in other subjects such as sciences, social studies, and history. Christelina John, GBN News.
In more CXC news, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, Delma Thomas, hailed the successes of the young women at the Program for Adolescent Mothers, PAM, who have achieved one of the best results in the external CSEC examinations. More in this report from Rina Pei.
8 young ladies from the Program for Adolescent Mothers, PAM, who sat at the CSEC examinations this year, were successful in passing all the subjects they wrote. According to a press release issued by the government, this is a continuation of the impressive performance of the program in recent years. 6 of the 8 young ladies did 5 subjects. 1 of the students received 4 grade 1s. According to the release, after learning of their achievements, Social Development Minister Delma Thomas said, and I quote, "This results indicate a renewal of hope and a confirmation of a belief that our young people have the resolve to overcome difficulties and to stay on course to achieve their dreams. PAM speaks to the greater virtue of our wider community to not leave anyone behind, and this latest batch of young mothers now have a platform on which they can build and go on to empower themselves," unquote. PAM facilitates the continuation of education for school-aged girls who become mothers. For GBN News, I am Rina Pei reporting.
President of the Grenada Union of Teachers has confirmed that some teachers remain at home because their contracts are yet to be renewed by government. This, he said, has affected the operation of some schools on island. Another report from Rina Pei.
President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Marvin Andel, says the contract of several temporary teachers have not been renewed by government. He said the affected teachers remain at home and now stand to lose income as they wait and see if and when they will receive new contracts from the Public Service Commission, the body responsible for hiring public officers. The president said while some teachers were reappointed in September, the reappointment of some temporary teachers for the new school term, which started on September 7th, is later than normal. He explains most principals submitted the necessary documents on time. He said several of these temporary teachers in the system have served for more than 2 years and should now be appointed on a permanent basis.
This year, we have seen an unusual delay in the reappointment. It is later than as per usual, and we do not believe that it is only due to the fact that there were late submissions from principals, as has been said, because we know in fact that there were many schools that had their performance appraisals done on time and submitted on time. So those teachers should not be affected.
The union president explained that the delay in the renewal of contracts has affected some schools.
We have been hearing of schools that are having staffing issues as it relates, and that is directly related to the delay in the reappointment of teachers. There's one primary school I know of that has need for about 4 teachers at this point and waiting for them to be reappointed. So it seems to be a situation that is not usual, but we expect that within the next few weeks that the ministry will do what is necessary to have that situation rectified.
Andel said the GUT is planning to hold a meeting within a matter of days with ministry officials on the issue. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
This is the Week in Review. We take a break, but still to come, the survival of 2 major revenue generators in Grenada hangs in the balance. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Week in Review. The survival of 2 major revenue generators hangs in the balance. A roundtable discussion was held on Thursday, engaging over 60 representatives from various sectors. The aim is to provide information and garner feedback to chart the way forward. We get the details in this report.
After pumping millions of dollars into the Grenadian economy over the years, the future of the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association and the Grenada Cocoa Association remains unpredictable. From early indications, it appears that most stakeholders are not in favor of the merger of the 2 entities. Dr. Stephen Fletcher is the chief strategist and organizer of the roundtable discussion.
The participants are entering. We are running a small poll, an opinion poll, where we ask persons whether they support merger, do not support, or uncertain. And so for the vast majority of the 60-something or so participants have indicated that they do not support merger. There is some support for merger, but the majority against it.
Dr. Fletcher says an exit poll will also be conducted to see if there has been a change in perspective. Recently, nutmeg farmers took a decision to further show their reluctance to the merger.
The nutmeg farmers at their annual general meeting, which took place in Grenville at the end of May, they passed a resolution in which they basically said no to mergers. And as a consequence, the nutmeg farmers' representatives on the merger board has withdrawn themselves from further discussion on the issue.
With the new Minister of Agriculture soon to take up office, it is hoped that this will inspire some form of change.
Presented and requested a sensible approach. We called for a resetting of the button on this process, and we asked for the bill to be withdrawn and for both parties to sit down again and enter into negotiations. Probably this is an opportunity to hit the reset button. There is a new Minister of Agriculture, and let us hope that the new Minister of Agriculture will reflect new policies. And I say new minister, new policies, hopefully. So once he is able to sit with all the stakeholders, I'm sure that we can find an amicable solution for Grenadians.
2 weeks from today, reports on the discussion and presentations will be submitted to government, the Cocoa and Nutmeg Associations, and the international organizations to inform opinion, Dr. Fletcher says. He says discussion has been very healthy thus far. Christina John, GBN News.
Last Friday, it was observed that a significant number of Guava fishermen have been traveling to St. George's to sell their catch. GBN ventured to the fishing capital last weekend to find out the reason behind the journey.
Recently, there has been a noticeable increase in fishermen selling fish on the carronage at Grand Mall in St. George and even through communities, much like times before, at the back of a van with the sound of the conch shell echoing along the roads. Some of the fishermen selling on the carronage last week told GBN they travelled all the way from Guava to St. George because of a shortage of vendors to buy their fish at the Guava fish market. This was one of the main sentiments echoed along the seashore, as some Guava fishermen said they have been forced to sell their catch to other parishes.
Well, to be truthful, the reason why you don't have market for fish up here, I think the government don't have facilities for us to get fish cheap or whatever. But to be truthful, today they're buying in Grand Mall and tomorrow they're saying they don't buying, and today they will giving us $10 a pound, and then tomorrow they want to give us $4 a pound. So we don't have a choice. We can't take the $4 because gas, a pound of fish can buy a gallon of gas. So we have to go to carronage or we have to go over the hills or whatever.
Most of them living up here and go to St. George because we don't have buyers up here. And the amount of boats, because of the COVID right now, they have a problem. You understand? So they have to go to St. George to get all the fish because that's what we're doing for a living. Most of the guys, when they have the fish in the boat, they need to get it out to go back and fish next day. So they go to St. George's to sell most of the fish, and they sell for some of the people around.
It's like you don't have no sale at all, and you have more boats now and less sale for fish.
The man told GBN there are only 2 vendors at the Guava fish market due to a number of issues, such as a lack of interest among community members and what they refer to as shortage of licenses issued.
Only 2 buyers, Gallo and Stella. Well, my solution is that you have people just come here for license to buy fish, and the government don't give them license. Because you have some set of buyers like pyjamas and guys like that, they get old now, they don't have money to pay us all the fish. And when people come to buy the fish, they're telling them they have to buy it under the license. The government here is supposed to say, listen what, you don't have like, you can't buy the fish, you can't pay the fisherman for the fish, this man come for license, the fisherman want to have the family to mind, the bank to pay. Supposed to give them license.
So then we need more buyers, as with the politicians and those say they go help us. They doesn't help us. You understand? So we need more buyers.
Exactly. The more the vendors has to buy, the older settlers to buy fish, they die out. Few young people are doing that now.
Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.
Now, government will be looking at the different models presented by the Regional Marijuana Commission to chart the way forward on how the country will be addressing the issue of cannabis use in Grenada. This was announced during government's weekly post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday. Details in this report.
Minister for Foreign Affairs Peter David, in speaking on the issue of the decriminalization of marijuana in the country, highlighted that in a recent CARICOM conference in July, Grenada, along with all heads of government, agreed that they will review the current status of marijuana as a dangerous drug with a view to reclassification, taking into account all international obligations. The minister also went along to say that Grenada, with the rest of the region, agreed that they will determine the path they will pursue based on the country's circumstances, based on the models presented by the Regional Marijuana Commission.
What Grenada did, after agreeing to the Commission's report, was to establish a committee of the Cabinet comprising the Minister of Health, the Minister of Agriculture, and the Minister of Legal Affairs. And that committee is expected to determine the way to proceed to implement the Commission's report. Now, remember, it says that each country in accordance with its own circumstances.
Minister David explains that the committee will assist in making the final decision on the matter after a series of public forums. He said a survey which was done in Grenada in 2018 indicated that over 60% of Grenadians welcome the decriminalization or legalization of cannabis in Grenada. David explained that while in the past, Prime Minister Mitchell indicated that this discussion will never happen, his perspective on the matter has changed.
So the Prime Minister, like many of us, has evolved on the issue of cannabis, and that is normal. I mean, you have many people who 5 years ago would have killed somebody on that, but they've evolved because they've listened, and that is what a good leader does. You listen, you learn, you evolve. And there is an evolution on his part. So let us all evolve. Let us listen, let us learn, and let us come up with a policy decision that is good for the country. Let us not make political football of cannabis.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs is appealing to everyone to have an open mind on the matter, as it will be heavily addressed soon. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Still to come in the news, Sandals Grenada Resort holds discussion on its reopening plan. Stay with us. Welcome back. Sandals Resort in Grenada has launched its Platinum Protocol program. This is referred to as a new beginning for the tourism industry in Grenada. Christina John has more in this report.
October 1st is the scheduled date for the reopening of Sandals to the public. Stakeholders, both local and foreign, met over the weekend to chart the way forward as the resort looks forward to its reopening. The resort's Platinum Protocol takes into consideration some of Grenada's health protocols, with some adjustments fitting the needs of guests and employees. Jeff Clark, CEO of the General Sandals brand, says they have also been working along with airlines, developing the rapid testing of passengers for safer travels. The CEO shares a bit on what the new protocol entails, part of which encompasses passengers' arrival at the airport to their drop-off point at the resort.
We've reviewed what they're doing in the room, we've brought the foggers, the rooms are being fogged, and we're actually going to a stage where we're changing every soft furnishing in our guest room every single day. The guest room was the most significant part of what we spent our time on. So we brought in the UV light and checking all our linen once it's on the beds or in the bathrooms or even the photo frames within the rooms to make sure there's nothing on there. We want to make sure that our team members are protected no matter what.
With so many hotels still closed, employees are on the breadline. However, there is guaranteed employment for some Sandals workers.
And what we said we were going to do was, let's not do just the bare minimum. Let's look for where we can exceed guest expectations. And how do we see it as us being the clients who would want to see that same experience? So we took a ground-based approach to this thing. And we developed a document which was 74 pages long. That has allowed us to open 4 countries and put back 7,000 team members into employment. So, what that is going to do for us, October 1st, is allow us to put the 500 team members here back into employment. So the Platinum Protocol for us was developed primarily, and our focus day one was how do we protect our team members first.
Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation Clarice Modeste-Cohen is hopeful that with the imminent reopening of the resort, the country will maintain its present status of being COVID-free with no deaths. Minister Modeste-Cohen made the link between tourism and agriculture as one being dependent on the other.
Many people are negatively impacted. What about our farmers, our fishermen? I had heard it said before, government puts too much money in tourism and they don't put in agriculture. Now every farmer knows the importance of tourism to agriculture. And sometimes it takes a disaster, unfortunately, to teach us what we should already know. But tourism is certainly everybody's business. It impacts everybody's lives. And we all have a role to play in ensuring that we rebound with tourism and that we bring back the livelihoods.
Christina John, GBN News.
Kawana Bay Resort is speaking out on environmental damage in the south of the island caused by suppliers of concrete mix. Here's another report from Christina John.
A cliff close to the Kawana Bay Resort has become the dumping ground for loose concrete. This practice spans more than a year and has become an eyesore to many and of concern to the owner and developer of Kawana Bay Resort. A trucking company has been accused for the practice but has refuted the claim. GBN contacted owner of Kenny's Trucking for his response to the allegation. According to Kenny, this was brought to his attention on Tuesday morning. In his response, he says their trucks are usually cleaned at their site in Dusty Highway. In a press release, Kawana Bay Resort strongly condemned the practice. The release states that when completing their pour, either at Kawana Bay or other sites at BBC Beach, trucks are being washed next to the cliff at Kawana Bay site, resulting in the cliff being tainted with concrete. This, it adds, was brought to their attention more than 1 year ago and immediately ordered the supplier to refrain from such act. The trucker was ordered to clean the cliff to correct the damage. Barriers were also erected to prevent further dumping. A specific location off-site was selected where trucks can be washed to avoid further environmental damage. The practice is believed to have ceased, however, cleaning of the cliff by the supplier remains an unfinished job. Christina John, GBN News.
With the gradual reopening up of the tourism industry, there are many concerns over the safety of citizens and how visitors will be handled in quarantine. Colonel Hoshtialik from the Grenada Tourism Authority appeared on GBN's To The Point program on Wednesday and clarified this and other issues facing the sector at this time.
No fixed date for the return of major cruise ships to Grenada's ports. However, preparations are ongoing for the arrival of smaller cruise ships later this year. That's according to Manager of Product Development and Research at the Grenada Tourism Authority, Colonel Hoshtialik.
Well, I think I have a short answer for that one. I know what we have. We are expecting some smaller ships later on this year. That to be confirmed in more details a little bit later on as well. There have been a number of conversations up to yesterday with regard to, different proposals, what needs to be done on both ends, be it it's through our Miami connections or be it, the actual cruise lines are actually coming through from Europe. But the actual protocols for us to be able to execute those on the ground, those are currently being fine-tuned and developed on this end with the relevant parties.
Hoshtialik adds that the tourism sector cannot stand alone, as many sectors are hinged on tourism. A number of protocols have been developed, as well as training of staff in a number of areas. There is need, she says, to open up at this time. Some of the bigger hotels will reopen their doors, some within the next month, while others, such as Spice Island Beach Resort, will remain closed until 2021. With the gradual opening up of the tourism industry, there are concerns about the safety of citizens and the quarantine protocols for foreign guests.
With regard to the quarantine for visitors, the Ministry of Health will be taking the lead on that. Should the visitors, people who are actually coming into the country, be it as visitors, residents, or the like, the Ministry of Health will be taking the lead with regard to quarantine and where they will be quarantined. Their staff with the training, ensuring that their properties are also prepared with the decals, social distancing and the signage, ensuring that their staff understands how to go about the communication, how to go about the cleaning, disinfecting, sanitizing. All of these now have become the new normal for them. And they have put a lot of emphasis and effort into ensuring that their properties are ready.
She speaks on the plans going forward for the industry.
Okay, so part of the rollout for reopening was Pure Safe Travels approved stamp that the Grenada Tourism Authority would have developed, which identifies properties and businesses that are COVID smart and ready, right? We have introduced that stamp, so you will actually see them in different places, tourism places across the country, in Grenada, Caribou, and Petit Martinique. But of course, there are other levels of that as well. So within the protocols, we speak to to what needs to happen. But in terms of the pure safe travel stamp, that is almost like a promotional tool for us. We have also been endorsed by the World Travel and Tourism Council with their safe travel stamp as well. And that is also recognized globally. And so those two things really go hand in hand in terms of what happens next.
Christina John, GBN News.
And now in sports, the national senior men's team continues to train.
But we're also working on getting ourselves a new coach. I must say publicly for the first time, thank you, Shari Joseph, for the work you did. And we now look to take from where he left off to a next level. That process should end soon. And maybe by October the 1st, Grenada Football Association should hopefully be naming the successful candidate to coach our national team.
Grenada is grouped with Antigua, El Salvador, and Montserrat, and the FA has now secured an elite training program going forward.
We're excited about a lot of things. Our local players have new training. The government and the Ministry of Sport have undertaken on an exercise, and government, I say thank you, to allow 30 of our players, homegrown players, to train daily, and they will receive a stipend from both the GFA and the government. So that in itself is another excitement, because now we have 30 players who will be able to ply their trade and improve their game.
That's sports, and now to recap our top stories this past week. CXC results are out, but some parents and students are not happy. And some schools are without teachers, as duty president says some contracts have not been renewed. In sports, national senior men's team continues training despite postponement of the CONCACAF qualifiers. That brings us to the end of the Weekend Review. I'm Beverly Telesford, wishing you a productive week ahead.
Get away from your daily stress with a Grenada vacation at the Coyaba Beach Resort. Coyaba is located on the world-famous Grenada Beach and boasts 5.5 acres of beautiful gardens. For excellent service, good food and drink, well-appointed rooms, and friendly staff in a safe environment. Facilities include 2 restaurants, 2 bars, swimming pool, water sports, tennis, gym, and body treatment rooms. Call 473-444-4129.
The countdown is on to win free groceries for 1 year with the Food Fair. Just a few more days left to shop for a chance to win up to $8,400 in groceries. Look out for the live grand draw on October 9th, 2020. Win free groceries for 12 months, free groceries for 6 months, or free groceries for 3 months. Promotion runs until September 30th, 2020. Terms and conditions apply.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Reading is too hard. Reading school books is lame. I'd rather read about children like me and cool things. I can read, but sometimes I don't even know why I have to. It makes no sense.
Why can't we read about things we like?
Reading is the key to unlocking all learning and ensuring that children reach their potential. Here's what the children have to say.
Make reading fun. Teach me how to read, but let me practice reading with things I like to read. Talk with me and read with me, at least for a short time every day. Let me tell you my own stories.
Read, learn, grow. The children are the future. Help them read, learn, grow. So parents, you play your part.
This message is brought to you by the OECS USAID Early Learners Program, funded by United States Agency for International Development.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. 20 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Those of you who need to get to work for 8, you have just about 40 minutes to get there on time. So you should be heading out the door or already on the road to the job. Those of you going to schools this morning, or those of you who have online classes this morning, special good morning to all our students learning in these COVIDious times. It's going to be tough, but buckle down, do what you need to do, and get that education. Yep. All right. It is Monday, which means it is Mouth Off Monday. We are going to respectfully mouthing off on a Monday, weighing in on a topic, and you're just going to call, message us, and share your thoughts on what the topic is. This morning, we're going to Fort Judy. Some of you may already know where I'm heading with this. Those of you who don't, let me explain. Over the weekend, we could say Thursday, Friday into the weekend, it was revealed that members of the public are being restricted from visiting the blowhole attraction in Fort Judy by the association, the Fort Judy Homeowners Association. They have since advised that if you wish to visit the hole, if you wish to visit the site, you need to call ahead, call the association, make, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, an appointment to ensure that you can visit the site. If you just show up, you would not be allowed into the premises. You will be blocked at the gate. Grenadians are saying, all out of order, this is Grenada, why can't I visit wherever I want to visit because I'm Grenadian? The association is saying, Grenadians too disrespectful. All you keep dirty in the place with your litter, you're disrespectful to the homeowners, the loud music is atrocious. You know what? All you need to be stopped. Which side of the fence are you on? That's what we're going to weigh in on this marvelous Monday. Are you on the side that says, I am Grenadian, this is Grenada, I should be able to visit where I want to visit? Or are you on the side of the association, which says Grenadians have been disrespectful to the site and we need to put measures in place to ensure that we conserve the integrity of the blowhole in Fort Judy? That's what we're going to mouth off on this morning. 435-2041. That's the landline number. You can also message us on WhatsApp. It's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. Don't send me a picture of the blowhole. Don't send me pictures of the litter that has been in the area. Don't send me the video that has been circulating of the security officer telling Grenadians they cannot come in. Just write out your messages on WhatsApp, please, and thank you. You can also participate by weighing in on the GBN Television Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Which side are you on? I am Grenadian. I should be able able to go? Or are you on the association side? All the dirty in the place, don't come here. I didn't mean to say it, but that's how it comes across. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I'm on the side of the association mainly because being in the area every time, like every single Saturday and Sunday, I have no problem with people coming to see the blowhole. It's a site, but Grenadians need to know that the island is ours, everybody's, and we need to respect it. And it's not only the blowhole. When they go there, they litter a lot. Bottles, trash, and then we as the people who live in the area or people who walk their dogs in the area have to go back and clean up after them. And then they come with multiple bus loads, they park in front of your house, they play loud music as if they're in a club, they use obscenities, and then they throw their trash in front of your place. I have no problem with people going to the site, but they just must be respectful. That's not an area where somebody's cleaning up after you. It's just a site to go see, enjoy, and relax. But they're using it, and they're doing it a little bit too far. They're just using it as a place to probably sit down and just making too much noise because it is a residential area. There are children in the area. They're using a lot of obscenities. They have no respect for your animals or your property, and that's where the issue came on because it's been happening for quite a number of months now. Since the first photo came out sometime in March, everybody been coming there every single weekend. So after a while, there's only so much you can tolerate in terms of the litter and the noise every weekend for months now. So I do agree that Grenadians should be able to go anywhere, but they have to show respect for their own country and stop littering and stop disrespecting people that live in the area because it is a residential area. And we would like people to be able to go see it freely, but they're not even respecting their own country by not littering the area to the point where it's so filthy now.
Thank you very much for that, caller.
Thank you.
Thank you. Which side of the fence are you on? I'm a Grenadian, I want to go there. Or are you on the side of the association? Only disrespectful, make an appointment. The short of the story. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm great. All right, go ahead.
I'm on the side of Grenadians to go wherever they want. It doesn't matter residential area, wherever that is the part of Grenada.
Okay, thank
so
you.
So we're able to go where we want, when we want.
Understood. Thank you. Which side of the fence are you on? I am a Grenadian, I should be able to go. Or are you on the side that says all disrespectful, make an appointment? That is the short of the story. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, Tanti, how you do?
Are they hanging in, and how was your weekend?
The weekend was fabulous.
Did you keep petting all through the time?
Most of the time.
Do that. We all know it's here, but the whole month is yours.
I agree.
God bless you, and thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Here this morning.
Thank you very much.
What you're talking about there, now, Grenadian people must show more respect for their country. They are doing too much wrong, and they don't want nobody to tell them about it. Look at the tongue of St. George. They always put garbage all over the place. In the doorway of the old Andal supermarket, they park garbage there. Wherever they see it rich, they destroy it there. They must have love for their country and respect the country because of the quality of people we are here. You see what we're going through in Grenada? We are good people. We are praying people. Let us keep on giving thanks to God for what we're doing in the world. We must do it right. Love one another and respect one another's wishes. If they say don't come there, don't go there. If they say you must not show litter there, do not show the litter there. Put it in your bag and go back with it. Grenadian people, have respect for your country and have a clean environment. So when people come and they visit, they could say, yes, Grenada is a clean country. Let us keep our country clean and show the love and show the respect for others. Have a blessed day, darling.
Thank you, Tanti. You enjoy your day as well. This morning, respectfully mouthing off on the situation at Fort Judy. Grenadians have been restricted in visiting. If you need to visit, you need to call ahead and, for lack of a better phrase, make an appointment because the association says we've been using and abusing the area and we need to put rules and regulations in place to ensure we conserve the integrity of the blowhole. Which side of the fence you are? The association, or are you on the side that says I'm a Grenadian and I should be able to go anywhere in Grenada? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm fine, but I'm not on either side. I'm just concerned about, you see, music, garbage, all these other things is happening all over this country. And I'm just wondering what authority, I don't know the situation there in concern, is it a public place? And you cannot bar people. If it's a public place, you cannot really enforce that. This is just, yes, people want to protect themselves, the place and whatever, but you cannot do an unlawful thing because that could lead to more problems. So we have to be careful as to how we take steps to correct situations, because, like I say, that could lead to some problem in the future. And if it's a public place, you can't debar people from entering a public place. You could take some other form of action to identify who is doing the things, and But I don't know the law that governs Fort Judy, so I can't say much. But I'm saying that if it's a public place, you have to be prepared for this could get worse. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. That's a question that I have been hearing since the discussion started about if it's a public place or private development. My research has revealed to me that the area, Fort Judy area, is the maintenance of the area is the responsibility of the residents and not government or taxpayers' money, as we say it. The residents are responsible for maintaining the lawn, paying of the security officer, maintaining the cleanliness of the area and the houses and so on and so forth, etc. Much like Mount Edgemont, much like there was another one, areas of Lansapine as well. So it depends on, I'm not sure how to answer that. Let me put it that way. But the maintenance is responsibility of the residents, which give them some rights to an extent. Hopefully, alert. Hopefully that helped. Somebody on WhatsApp says, did the Grenadian government give those people the authority to do that? If so, what shall be next? Another WhatsApper says, the association is correct. The fact that action is only days old suggests that they were very accommodating, but things got too far. Time for people to talk about responsibility along with the rights they so eager to defend. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Good morning.
I am on the side of the association because Grenadians too brave, Grenadians too bright. Listen, I have experience. When I was going down to the blowhole, there were some guys coming out. They put their garbage in somebody's property. The lady said that's not where you have to go, and he wants to call the lady for she own place. So they have all rights. Grenadians like to play. They like to play like you find out them first time. They just come. They never know Fort Judy is a private place. First time they ever hearing that. They need to stop it, right? Then people maintaining their place. If you want to go ask the permission, because you've been going there with all their permission, disrespecting them, even like you say, you're the one that buy the property for them, build their house and everything for them. So now they need to put in their rights. I agree with them. Stay out without my permission. Don't come in. Have a blessed day, Blossom.
Thank you very much, caller. I like how you put it. Stay out. I like how you put it. Which reminds me as well, I understand the blowhole, while it is an attraction for us, it is located on private property. That's what I've been told. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I'm wondering about the blocking of access to the site. However, I agree that Grenadians are just too untidy and don't care. Another WhatsApper says, I applaud the homeowners. It's our country, but keep it clean. Be respectful. Dengue is rampant. Have some decency. You won't like it to be done to you, except if you litter your own premises. I'm sure you have some that litter their own premises. All right, lost that caller. Let me see if there's anything on YouTube or Facebook. Somebody on YouTube says, rights come with responsibilities, and if you cannot be responsible, your rights should be limited. Another YouTuber, that first caller, don't speak like she's Grenadian. Am I on the side of we are Grenadian, we should go anywhere we want, but with respect. All right, so that's the part. The with respect part, that is where the problem is. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
As you always educate me, I would like you to educate me. Who or what is this blowhole? Who or what is it? In fact, not only me. Then I might be able to give my version if it's the right people to go there, if they cannot be stopped or something. Give me an idea. Let me get a concept of this word blowhole. Is it a hole where you're blowing? Or what sort of a hole is it? It is a site with what you have seen and so on and so on and so on.
Okay, so let me explain. The blowhole, it is, hello?
Yeah.
All right. The blowhole is a site in Fort Judy.
A site?
Yes, you could call it a tourist attraction or attraction site. There's hold on, let me explain. There is let's say a hole in the ground, a large hole in the ground. When the waves go out and come in, it usually splashes the water up through it. So it's called we call it a blowhole. According to how the wave moves, it splashes up and is very pretty to watch. It's a huge hole, to be honest. It's very pretty to watch. It's beautiful to watch, and it's an attraction. You understand now?
It's attractive to watch.
Yes, it's attractive to watch.
Yeah, anyhow, thank you very much for the educational piece, because I think a lot of people do not know. But what bothers me is government as the Fort Judy and them kind of places and up at the Fort George. If it's a site worthy to be seen, I think government is owned by government, but maybe where you have to pass, then maybe you have to pass through people's land. So then something have to be arranged between the government and the people as to how they can do that peacefully without disturbing the people. And this nice music and so on. So inside the blowhole you could play music and so on.
Thank you very much. There's a road that takes you, the road is within the Fort Judy premises area, housing development, a concrete road if my memory serves me right. So you can drive on that road, not necessarily on people's property. However, the blowhole itself is located on private property. I haven't been there, so I'm not sure how many properties you have to walk through to get there. I haven't been there yet, and well, it looks like my time has expired. But it is located on private property, and you have to pass through private housing development to get there. Somebody on Facebook says, I visited for the first time last weekend. When I arrived, 3 busloads were already there. First thing that came to my mind was this must be overbearing for the residents. The very next day, I saw someone post a comment about being denied access, and I wasn't surprised. Truth be told, we need to be respectful. Hold on, I lost the comment. Truth be told, we need to be respectful as it is a residential area, and I'm not sure if the area is indeed private property since it is a residential development area. We can do better. There was garbage in the bush, plastic bottles, wrappers, etc. We need to do better. At the same time, it is now a tourist attraction, so we have to find a happy medium to make this work for the long-term benefit of the country. Someone is asking how you make an appointment stopping people from playing loud music or littering. I am not sure exactly which member of the association you may have to, because there's an association, the Fort Judy Association. There is an association. I am not sure the contact information, but I guess there would be rules and regulations in place. Maybe they're taking your contact information, so if they go there and they see it's dirty, they know who to contact to tell you come back and clean it up. Maybe that's what they're trying to ensure. I am not too certain how it would work out, but make an appointment because all you're disrespectful. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I'm on the residents' side. We should learn how to take care of our island. We are too disrespectful. Somebody says, litter is becoming a problem in Grenada. Again, I'm half-half. Yeah, on two sides. Could understand what I'm saying. Somebody says we need to be aware that Fort Judy belongs to all of us and we are free to go wherever we want. We need to stop littering, yes, but who has the right to shut us out? Put no littering law in place for the entire Grenada. Ask Canadians why their country is so clean. There is no litter law in Grenada. There is one. But as usual, some Grenadians just don't care. And the law's in place, and that's it. That ain't going to stop some of us, because it ain't stopping us now from littering tongue. So, good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning to you.
Morning.
And how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Oh, have a great day.
You too.
Now, to your last caller, thumbs up. Good morning to you, sir. Very sensible comment. You see, these things should not occur. If we have what you call something that could be identified, what you call as a historic site, I think the authorities should have been on that a long time ago. Something of the sort must be historic, where visitors will go and the government could make some money. So this have to be controlled. However, what I understand about these places like Fort Judy, Westerhall Point, and Lansopin, in some cases, I think it's they have associations where the people come together and say, okay, if one person is going to do a yard, well, everybody's going to pay. So that association is responsible now for the cleanliness of the area. But that does not take away government right. It's a public place. If you have an estate and you sell 1 acre of land to somebody, it becomes public, so it's no longer private. So once you have these developments over time, it must be controlled by the government because it becomes public. So they won't have the right to deny people access to the area except on their private property. And in this case, so you're talking about the blowhole, if it's on somebody's private property, government should step in and declare this thing a historic site and to control it. Management, leadership, we suffering for that. So those little government will step up from time to time and give us a lot of problems. This should not happen. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, caller. I understand what you're saying, but my concern is if I have something on my property that becomes an attraction. Let's say I have an oddly colored banana tree. The leaves are orange and it becomes an attraction. Government can't just come and take it and tell me we're taking it for people to come and visit and we're going to earn money. It's on my property. That's where I have a concern with what you just said. Government should take it over. No, it's on my property. You can't just come and hijack my piece of my property. That is where I'm having a problem with what you just said. But I get what you're saying, but it's concerning because any and everything that becomes an attraction, government could just take it over. No, ma'am. Me and you will have a problem. Me and you as in the government, enough. All right, let's take a quick break and then we're going to come back inside and continue this mouth off, respectfully mouthing off. We're keeping it respectful so far. Big up all your wholesales. We're going to pay some bills and come right back inside. This is Good Morning Grenada, GBN Classic Hot 98. We'll be right back.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Rubis is giving you more ways to win because you deserve it. Spend $50 or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
At Dutch Lady, we give you delicious and nutritious milk. We make sure our milk is filled with essential nutrients, calcium, vitamins, and protein. Dutch Lady gives everyone in the family a strong start to the day. Keep your family healthy and happy. Dutch Lady, building strong families since 1871.
Distributed by Hubbard's Agencies, Kirani James Boulevard, St. George's.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, reviews, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. We're respectfully mouthing off. Over the weekend, it was revealed that Grenadians are being restricted from visiting the Blowhole attraction in Fort Judy. And if you need to visit, you need to call ahead and schedule an appointment or schedule a visit. Grenadians are saying I am Grenadian, or some Grenadians are saying I am Grenadian. I should be able to go whichever part of the island I want. The Fort Judy Association is saying y'all are disrespectful, littering the place, cursing out homeowners, and just dirty and disrespectful and loud and noisy. Make an appointment. Which side of the fence are you on in that fight? Let me see who's on the phone line. Good morning, caller. Hello. Okay, nobody there. Let me see. Somebody on WhatsApp says, is the entire Fort Judy private property? If so, the owners have all right to put guidelines in place. If it's a public place, then there could be a problem. However, there should be signage and garbage collection bins. Please give us contact numbers, etc. in order to make an appointment. Hold on, wait. I'll say what I had to say just now. Good morning, caller.
How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I am humble in the name of the Lord.
Amen.
Yeah. No, I'm listening to the program, and I heard you say that the blowhole is on private property. But then you say, when the gentleman called to explain what is the blowhole, you says that is water, waves coming in and blowing through the rock. Right? Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, if it's water coming in, blowing through the rock, it's a hole through the rock. That hole in the rock is supposed to be public places. Right? It's because nobody owns the seawater. There's a certain distance you have to build from the sea, right? Okay, if the road to get to the blowhole is on private property, I can see they're blocking it off. I'm not saying that the Grenadians is right to do what they're doing. We have to learn to do the right thing, right? It's a attraction. It's supposed to be clean, that when people come, they have a clean environment. You understand? But nobody owns beaches, rocks around the sea, right? There's a certain amount of distance they have to build from the seashore. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. It's not the seashore. and is not a beach. We have people buying lands and building along the coastline overlooking the ocean. Let's say ocean view, sea view kind of vibes. And that's one of the properties where the blowhole attraction is located. The person bought the property right on the coastline, and behind or closer to the sea is where the hole in the rock is. It's underground. It's not on the beach. It's not in the sea. It's not how much feet you have to be from the shoreline. That's not the kind of area that it is. The sea is below. Lost, I hope I'm describing it properly. It's below, and when it comes in, it splashes up through the hole up on top by Deso. I hope that explains it. Heaven help me with my description this morning, but I'm trying to keep it as layman as I can for the people to follow what I'm saying. Hopefully that explains it. So it's not the same as building something how much feet from the shoreline and so on and so forth. I saw another comment somewhere. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, when I was growing up in Grenada, everybody showed respect to each other, but now Grenadians do not respect anything, neither God or man. They are not environmentally friendly at all. Another Facebooker says, government should not sell or give away or sell lands with natural attraction sites and artifacts, etc. These things have a tendency to lead to social unrest. On the other hand, the littering and unruly behavior needs to be addressed by all. The homeowners in Fort Judy need to be very careful. Let dialogue prevail. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom, and how are you?
I'm good.
Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, concerning this Fort Judy, well, I've never heard about it. But if it's on private, people have to pass to private property to get to it. All what they could do is to block it off. I had the same problem. I bought up a land in St. David, close to the river. My land joined to the river. People are using from the road into my land to go to the river. I had no problem. But I had fig trees, banana trees, they just cut the leaf, break the leaf in the way. I said nothing, I just fenced it, that particular part off, and they stopped it. They know what I never said anything to anyone, I just blocked it off. And that did it. But all these people have to do, if it's on private property, block, fence the place. If they fence the place, that will stop all the problem. Or if you want to go get a boat and get on the sea, you can't stop them from the sea. Get a boat and go and visit the site. What do you think about that?
Thank you very much.
Okay, my dear.
I guess that's another business opportunity for somebody. Boat ride to the blowhole. There was somebody that made a comment about provide bins and so on and so forth. We could walk with our own garbage bags. Why people have to keep? And then I've seen occasions where bins are provided and we litter right next to the bin. So that may not stop it, but walk with your own garbage bags. Or even if you don't have a garbage bag, I'm sure you used a vehicle to get onto the people place. Put your garbage in the vehicle and go about your business. But no. We like to relay and gallivant and do what we want. Somebody on WhatsApp says, we Grenadians have our own rights to go where we want, but respect is due. You're dirty, you're clean. Would you like to leave your home dirty? Put Fort Judy like your home. Point. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, Grenadians need to be more tidy, but I feel they need security on the beach. Another WhatsApper says, you have to pass through private property to get to the blowhole. Fort Judy is private and the management and residents can put whatever rules and regulations they like to protect their properties. We have to respect that. Back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Blossom.
Morning, Mr. Bedo. How you do?
Well, I just did listening and learning.
All right.
As my partner, we just call you. Well, yes, so let us go on the topic now. Are you getting a feedback?
No, I'm not.
All right, okay. I will go on the restriction fence. I mean, on the side of it. But I heard one guy say could take a boat, but where the blowhole is, the blowhole the inland, so you can't take boat to go there. But what people must do, right? If you're passing on people's land, right? Pass it with respect, and then, walk with your garbage bag, and then if everybody walk with a garbage bag, even no problem. So let us go with the mosquito now. If everybody makes smoke, around the house, then we won't get the dengue fever because, I'm struggling with 220 because why? With the viruses, 1 hour after the mosquito come. So let me not waste time this morning because time is running out. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bindo. Thank you, Mr. Bindo. Always a pleasure when you call. Somebody on Facebook says, yet again, everyone is expressing disgust about litter. This is because there is a real problem. The Fort Judy residents would not have a problem with visitors if the visitors did not desecrate the place. Somebody on WhatsApp says, right is right and wrong is wrong. Why someone can just walk into your neighbor's yard? If the blowhole is on private property, keep all your tail out. These people pay to keep their community clean, and if we can't respect it, keep us out. Then people pay for their privacy. Another WhatsApper says, too many bold, nasty... What? Too many bold people who have no regard for common decency and respect for other people's rights. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I must say that I agree totally with the first caller because the thing is I had no idea what this thing is about. I never heard about it. I'm glad that you explained what it is about, and I think it is a brilliant idea on the part of whoever came up with this idea. It is a brilliant idea, but I think right now is the time for the authorities to enforce the garbage. I don't know how you call it. Not garbage. Garbage disposal law.
The litter law.
Right, the litter law. Thank you very much. Because I did hear you say that they do have it on the books, but that is the problem. They have so many laws on the books that have not been enforced. I personally visited St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands on 2 occasions. It's a very small island, but what impressed me on both occasions is that the place is so clean. And you know why it's so clean? All along as you drive along, you see they have notices posted up that people will be charged. So they're saying how much you will be charged for littering. So I think now is the time for the authorities to enforce the anti-littering law. Now is the time, because Grenadians, you talk to Grenadians and Grenadians are just set in their ways. You hear what they're saying? Oh, we are Grenadians and we should be free to go where we want. Yes, I agree. But you cannot expect to go on somebody's private property and litter it and steal you. So in other words, you want to eat your cake and have it? Hello? Good day.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me make my last rounds as we wind down. Somebody on Facebook says, we have had a litter law for 5 years, but it is unenforced. WhatsApper says, if there is a scenic attraction in the area, then it provides an opportunity for the management of Fort Judy to capitalize on it. They need to put structures in place, guidelines, take a fee, take it to the next level. We can't make confusion over everything. If they have to work with the Minister of Tourism or the Tourism Authority, that should be done. Remember, Mount Carmel Waterfall is on private property and structures were put in place for public visits. This is a start of something positive, but they can't stop Grenadians from going there. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, Blossom, and my belated birthday greetings to you too.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I am wondering if somebody out there, if anybody remember a meeting which was held upstairs the museum. I remember Senator Chester Humphrey. I remember Mrs. Brenda Hood and the meeting was held upstairs the museum so as to put right what seemed to be a flaw in the law when it comes to ownership of these things that end up being tourist attraction. So I wonder if somebody listening remember that meeting and remember and can explain what is happening now, what came out of the meeting, and because I remember they had a first meeting and they said that they would continue to discuss the thing because people are coming up with things on their private property. And it seems that based on how the law is right now, it belongs to the owner of the property. It seems, yes? So I'm throwing it out for if there are people out there with more information can clarify what is happening with that, okay? Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, caller. If there's anybody who can clarify, feel free to do so. Let me read the last few comments. Somebody on WhatsApp says this has nothing to do with garbage or noise. It's about classes. Writer, I beg to differ, because we have had access to that site for a while. If the issue was class, they would have nipped that in the bud since busloads of people started, about a year ago, since everybody became aware of it. No, it's Grenadians are disrespectful. Somebody else, there was another comment I saw that put me on pause. I can't see it now as I need to end the program. Thank you guys so much for participating. I know there are a few comments as well on the WhatsApp that I haven't gotten to. Maybe sometime later in the week we can continue the discussion if we so desire. There it is. We should not be barred from going to visit the site. What should be done is provide bins if garbage is a problem. So if somebody doesn't give us a garbage bin to put our garbage, we'll throw it on the ground. That I know something about that thing sitting right on my chest. For some big people, we need our garbage to let us know we have to throw it in the garbage. And sitting right with me. Have yourselves a productive day. It's time to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Be safe, love each other, and love one another. Have yourselves a good one.